Greetings and salutations. In keeping with kind of the series I've got going right now, this is another funny story, practical joke story. This is my film number 23rd, recorded at, what is it, December 21st or so, um, 2024. The story begins at our lake house. We had this big lake house. It was a Georgian colonial that was on a hill overlooking the lake in Eastland, Texas. And the house had a two-story main section, and it had two wings going off each direction. And one of the wings was a den out toward the lake, and the other wing was like a master bedroom. It's like the size of a 2.5 car garage, huge master bedroom. And my daughter Ashley was having a sleepover with some of her friends. Well, I come in from work, and it's already dark, and Janice is gone. Um, she's in town or gone to a church thing or something. I don't remember exactly. And so, anyways, I know what's going on in the house, that they're having this teenage sleepover, junior high school, uh, late late elementary, I would say, somewhere in that time frame. So anyway, so I get out, and the electrical pole's out by the road, and I flip off electricity in the house. And we're like way out on this lake, and it's like nobody around. I mean, there's woods and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, they start to freak out. They think electricity's just gone off. So anyways, I go up by the bedroom door. It was like a sliding glass door, and I start tapping on the glass. So Ashley, she comes up and she's looking at the door because it's like pitch black outside. And I take my hand and I just whap right in front of her face on the glass. She totally freaks out, flips over backwards. I mean, screaming. And the what you call it, the die is cast. So, anyways, I start making various noises outside, and they run and lock the bedroom door. Well, the door to the main house is open, so I go through it. So I mean, they're in there, and I start scratching on the door, uh, and they have like a flashlight, type thing. They go over and they see they're looking at the door handle. There's, I don't know, maybe four girls in there with her, and there's her two sisters, and I mean, they're all like scared to death, and they're watching the door. They heard the noise from the other side. They said, "You can't get in, can he?" And I turn. We had a lamb's tongue door handle. I turned the handle, and you could see it turning in the room. And they start squealing like a bunch of stuck pigs. I mean, they're just freaking out. And then when they're freaking out, I take my fist and I beat on the metal door. And he goes even worse. And I go back out the front doors, pitch black outside. And they're like totally, absolutely freaking out. I go into the flower bed, and that wing had like two windows that looked out into the yard. And they were, like 6 foot high and maybe 3 foot wide. And I knew one of the windows wasn't locked because I left it open in case we locked ourselves out of the house. We wouldn't have to break a window to get in. So, anyways, I quietly lift that window up, and the window had these crushed red velvet drapes with a white sheer between them. So, anyways, they're squealing and they're thinking they're all going to die. And, so I step through because it's not very far off the ground. It's only like a couple of feet off the ground. So I step through, and then I'm standing behind the sheer. And one of them sees me, but they can't tell it's me. All they can see is this outline of, I'm 6'2", fairly good size, you know, in the room. So one of them screams, he's in here. He's in here with us. And, there is over in the phone, there is one of the girls that's called her friend and said, he's in here, we're all going to die. So I start walking with the shear just kind of pulling up, up over my body. Kaylin, who's a little bitty thing at the time, she does a backflip on the king size bed across the room and crawls on top of the headboard, which we had this big cannonball headboard. I mean, she's like a cat plastered against the wall above the headboard. I mean, Ashley's just absolutely screaming uncontrollably. And so I just start walking toward them. And, they're reporting on, the one girl's on the phone talking to her friend, saying, hey, we're all going to die. He's got us. And finally, I just started laughing, after when the laugh fell off of me and they saw it was me. It was a good time. It was a fun time. Well, until next time, live long and prosper.